So we're going to start our meeting. This is a regular meeting of the Board of Hamilton County Commissioners, May 8th, 2025. Thank you all for being here. We've got a lot on our agenda, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We do generally start our meetings with silent prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. So as a community, we have suffered the loss of life and are trying to grapple with that loss. Ryan Hinton was killed, a young man from Price Hill, last week. It is a tragic situation. We need to recommit to our work with youth to make sure that they can live up to their full potential and thrive in our county. We lost Hamilton County Deputy Larry Henderson, a lifelong public servant who was also killed last week. Deputy Henderson served the people of Hamilton County with dedication and distinction. He started his career with the county in 1991. He was a respected member of the Hamilton County family. He served for 33 years as an academy instructor, a dive team member, a SWAT team member, FBI task force office member, and he was a part of the sheriff's bomb unit. So while he was a stellar employee as a member of the sheriff's office, Deputy Henderson and his wife also served as foster parents. And so he served this community in many, many ways, and we are very, very grateful for that service. This week is Public Service Week. Deputy Henderson's death is a stark reminder of the gravity of public service for many county employees. He was a true public servant and a proud member of the Sheriff's Department. Please join us in a moment of silence as this community grieves. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Let's introduce ourselves on the dais.
Chrissy Rischel, Assistant Clerk.
Leslie Hervey, Clerk to the Board.
Stephanie Summerall Dumas, Commissioner.
Hamilton County Commissioner Alicia Reese.
Jeff Aludo, County Administrator.
And Schooley, Assistant Prosecuting Attorney.
And I'm Commissioner Denise Driehaus. I'm going to move that we approve of the minutes of the previous session.
Second.
Commissioner Driehaus.
Yes.
Commissioner Summerall Dumas.
Yes.
Commissioner Reese.
Yes.
Thank you. We have 3 presentations today. I am going to move these a little out of order. We're going to be a little out of order all day today on our agenda, so bear with me. I am going to ask that we move the proclamation in recognition of National Correction Officers Week to the top. So that's the second one, Commissioners, that we have in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, and if you would please come forward. I know Major Enns is here with some other members of the Sheriff's Office. Please come forward. This is a proclamation in recognition of National Correction Officers Week. Whereas on May 5th, 1984, Ronald Reagan, the 40th President of the United States, delivered a proclamation designating the first week in May as National Correctional Officers Week. And whereas the safety and well-being of every Hamilton County resident is of the utmost importance, and the men and women of the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office Jail Services Division dedicate themselves to this critical task each day and every day.
Whereas deputies within the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office Jail Services Division are trained law enforcement professionals dedicated to maintaining secure correctional facilities and ensuring public safety. And whereas working in an environment that puts themselves in harm's way, the women and men in the Jail Services Division demonstrate strength, loyalty, and education to a profession that few choose.
And whereas jail services deputies serve admirably in many different capacities, they teach, train, supervise, and counsel offenders and provide them with hope while preparing them for reentry into society each and every day. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Hamilton County Commissioners of Ohio does hereby honor and congratulate the men and women of the Hamilton County Sheriff's Jail Services Division for their bravery, dedication, devotion, service, and sacrifice to the citizens of Cincinnati and all of Hamilton County.
And be it further resolved that the Board of County Commissioners of Hamilton County does hereby recognize May 6th through May 12th, 2025 as National Correction Officers Week in all of Hamilton County. Major Ems, thank you and your team for being here. Would you please introduce us to the rest of the team?
Well, Major Ems, I'm the Director of Jail Services. Sergeant Scholes, Captain Sampson, Captain Whiteoffer, Captain Schuber, Captain Kerr, and Teresa Withers.
Thank you.
On behalf of the Sheriff, we thank you.
Feel free to say whatever you would like to say. I didn't mean to cut you short.
I have a face for radio, Commissioner. The Sheriff obviously is detained with some other issues today. It's a tough day for us in the Sheriff's Department, but we'll get through it. And on behalf of Jail Services, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you all for taking the time to be here. Commissioners, let's open it up for conversation.
Okay, I was going to try to let them leave, but thank you so much for all that you do. I've worked hand in hand with the Sheriff Department in Lincoln Heights, and it's been, you really changed the environment and the safety, and I thank you, not just for Lincoln Heights, but for the whole county. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Commissioner Reese.
Yeah, on behalf, as it is specified in the proclamation, thank you for all that you do over there, but I do want to also highlight the work that you do with the care pods, and that has been recognized nationally from the work that you all do. So I wanted to, I know we said a lot in the proclamation, but that part I wanted to make sure was also highlighted as a leader in that area. So thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. We're going to come around and get a photo.
Okay.
We all know you run everything around here. Joe, Joe.
Really wide shot. Okay, we're gonna go right here. 1, 2, 3.
We've got another proclamation in recognition of in recognition of Apraxia Awareness Day. And I'm trying, who do we have here? Lydia Sullivan is here. Lydia, there you are. Please come forward. We're going to read through the proclamation. This is a proclamation in recognition of Apraxia Awareness Day. Whereas May 14th marks Childhood Apraxia of Speech Day, during which awareness will be raised throughout Hamilton County about childhood apraxia of speech as extremely challenging speech disorder that affects 1 in 1,000 children.
And whereas childhood apraxia of speech causes children to have significant difficulty learning to speak and is among the most severe speech deficits in children, and whereas the act of learning to speak comes effortlessly to most children, those with apraxia require early, appropriate, and intensive speech therapy, often for many years, to learn to speak. And whereas without appropriate speech therapy intervention, children with apraxia will have diminished communication skills, but are also placed at high risk for secondary impacts in reading, writing, spelling, and other school-related skills.
Whereas that such primary and secondary impacts diminish future independence and employment opportunities and challenge the ability to become productive, contributing citizens if not resolved or improved. Whereas a public awareness about childhood apraxia of speech in Hamilton County is essential for families of children with this neurological disorder and the professionals who support them to achieve the needed services for those learning to use their own voice. And whereas our highest respect goes to these children as well as their families for their effort, determination, and resilience in the face of such obstacles.
Now therefore be it proclaimed that the citizens of Hamilton County are encouraged to work with their communities to increase awareness and understanding of childhood apraxia of speech. And be it further proclaimed that the Board of Commissioners of Hamilton County does hereby proclaim the 14th of May, 2025 as Apraxia Awareness Day in all of Hamilton County. Please say a few words and welcome.
Good afternoon. I am honored to accept this proclamation recognizing May 14th, 2025 as Apraxia Awareness Day in Hamilton County. Childhood apraxia of speech is a rare neurological speech disorder that makes it difficult for those affected to clearly and correctly pronounce sounds, syllables, and words, despite knowing exactly what they want to say. I was diagnosed with apraxia when I was 2 years old. For me, learning to speak wasn't natural. I knew what I wanted to say, but didn't know how to find the words I needed. It took years of hard work, not only from me, but from my family and speech therapists to get to where I am today. Each new sound, syllable, and word was a victory. For those affected by apraxia of speech, speaking is not just a matter of learning. It is a constant battle of persistence and resilience. Raising awareness for apraxia is crucial, not only for understanding the challenges these children face, but also ensuring they have access to the therapies and support that make communication possible. Every bit of awareness that apraxia of speech receives brings us one step closer to a world where children are heard, understood, and empowered to use their voices. I'd like to thank the Hamilton County Board of Commissioners for supporting this important cause, helping to shine a light on apraxia. Together, we can make sure that everyone has a voice and that that voice is heard. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for raising awareness about apraxia of speech. And if there's any better example of overcoming a challenge and resilience, it's you. So thank you so much for being here and bringing this to us. Commissioners?
Thank you. So eloquent. Thank you so much. And apraxia is a new word for me. I'll look more into it. And as you were saying, unless we get that speech therapy, it changes the trajectory of our learning ability. I know in kindergarten I had to get speech therapy because I don't know if it was apraxia or not, but because my name was Stephanie Summerow and it was Stephanie Thumerow. I could not say the S's. And without those speech therapists that helped me along the way, I don't know where I would be today. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Commissioner Reese?
Just want to say thank you. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. And again, just listening to you and hearing you, it shows, like you said, the therapy, the awareness, and I just want to say congratulations to you. And also thank you. Some people overcome things and maybe they don't go back and make sure that there's awareness, and you're doing that. So thank you very much.
We're going to come around for a photo.
And then I'm gonna do one for her.
We've got one more proclamation. I know we've got a crowd here for this one. Evelyn Sears is here, but there are others as well. So Evelyn, please come forward, and we will then allow you to introduce the others. But let us read the proclamation first. So this is a proclamation in recognition of National Children's Mental Health Awareness Week. Whereas addressing the complex mental health needs of children, youth, and families today is fundamental to the future of Hamilton County. And whereas the need for comprehensive, coordinated mental health services and education for children, teens, adults, and families places upon our community a critical responsibility.
And whereas National Children's Mental Health Awareness Week and Day is an annual event, and whereas this week will be celebrated in communities across America to raise awareness of programs for the mental health needs of youth and young adults, to promote positive youth development, recovery, and resilience, and to show how youth, teens, adults can thrive in the community. And whereas Journey to Successful Living, Hamilton County Mental Health Recovery Services Board, and Hopeful Empowered Youth, HEY, are partnering this year to raise awareness of the mental health needs of children, teens, and adults by promoting the Green Ribbon Campaign and a host of other activities throughout the month.
Whereas Journey is a successful living, Journey to Successful Living, a program of Hamilton County Mental Health and Recovery Services Board, is effectively caring for the mental health needs of transition age youth, young adults 14 to 21, and other families in our community. HEY, or HEY, is a diverse coalition of community groups, healthcare providers, educators, policymakers, families, and most importantly, young people themselves, working collaboratively to create a community that supports the well-being of all youth from ages 0 to 24 in Greater Cincinnati, especially those facing the greatest barriers and disparities. Whereas Journey to Success Living partners with Hamilton County's Jobs and Family Services, Hamilton County Juvenile Court, Hamilton County Developmental Disability Services, Cincinnati Public Schools, provider agencies, families, and youth to coordinate services and supports, along with HEY, urge citizens, agencies, and organizations to participate in raising awareness about mental health.
Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Hamilton County Board of County Commissioners does hereby recognize May 4 through 10, 2025 as National Children's Mental Health Awareness Week in all of Hamilton County. Thank you all for being here. Please introduce your team and please say a few words.
Okay, my name is Evelyn Sears, and I'm with the Hamilton County Mental Health and Recovery Services Board, and I'd like to introduce our president, Lenora Godfrey, and she'll speak on behalf of the board. I'd also like to introduce Ross Meyer, who will also speak on behalf of HEY, and we have some youth here, too, that probably would like to say something as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
I do not have to say much because I really want to hear from the youth today. We just appreciate the recognition and honoring the awareness for mental health services.
Thanks, Lenore.
Yes, and so I know we have youth here. Please.
Please come forward and introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Brooke Winstead, and I've been afforded the opportunity to work with HEY in doing youth advocacy work around mental health and well-being, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity to stand along stakeholders and other youth to receive this proclamation, so thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
Hi, my name is Quinn Maris. I work with HEY, but I am also one of the youth that Journey to Successful Living serves. It has been just over a year now since I got my own apartment and stopped being homeless. So Journey was a crucial part of that, not just providing the apartment, but connecting me to the services to continue developing my career. So I will be graduating out of the program and going off to college, and it truly helps youth not just get off the street, but stay off the street, and that is just something that is immensely crucial right now. So
Amazing.
yes,
Yeah.
thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you to the commissioners for recognizing the importance of children's mental health. While estimated 1 in 4 children in our community are struggling with mental health, our community has come together in a pretty profound way through the Hopeful Empowered Youth effort, where we have more than 300 organizations that have linked arms together to listen deeply to young people and are committed to working over the next decade. Much like the county's successful efforts around the addiction response, we aim to work together collaboratively over the long haul, centering the voice and leadership of young people to drive dramatic improvement in youth mental health and well-being. And we thank you for your partnership, and I'm hopeful, just like our youth are, that together we can achieve a greater community for all of our youth to thrive. So thank you again for your partnership.
Thank you. Yeah. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for bringing the team. It's so great to see the youth. It's just like the Commission on Women and Girls. Again, when the youth speak, everybody leans in and says, what are they saying? Well, it's really important. What are they saying? Because we so often forget to invite youth to the table. So thank you so much for participating in the way that you are. I know it's going to make a huge difference, and this is one of the largest issues that we have in front of us here in Hamilton County. So thank you to all of you for doing that work, and thanks for the partnership with the county. I know JFS is an active member of HAY, as is DD and other departments, so thank you so much for including us in the conversation. Commissioner Summer-Odumas.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all of you and what you do and what you've gone through and the ability that the board has been able to help you. I'm not liking myself right now. And the reason why I keep bringing up myself on these proclamations, but I guess as you get older, that happens. I've been a social worker for almost 48 years. I knew my concentration was going to be on mental health. I just absolutely knew it from working at Mill Creek Psychiatric Center years ago and seeing young people come in that didn't necessarily have a mental health issue but had a trauma or something that just really did not go well for them. And so because of that, I knew that's where my focus was going to be. So thank you and the board for all that you do for our youth. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Commissioner Reese.
Yeah, I just want to thank you all for everything that you do. And I don't want to take it lightly, what was said by what are the youth? You said you were homeless. I mean, I think that needs to really sink in. And this group got together with you, with the services, got you on the right track where you're not on the streets, and now you're getting ready to go to college. I mean, that's huge. And I just don't want, I mean, I'm getting chills just when you saying that just got me. I am not an expert in this area, and a lot of families aren't. I got a call just today from someone that was frantic, 2-parent household and have 2 children, and concerned because they're becoming teenagers. And one of them is going through something. And the mom had to call around to try to find a friend because the child's not talking to the parents. The father can't understand. Why don't she just come to me? The mother says, don't worry about it. We got to find out what's going on. The school then says that we think that she's going through something and has indicated that she may take her own life. They can't believe it because they feel like they're doing everything right, but then they got her in therapy. They just don't know where to turn, and just was in tears. So this is a multi-layer issue. It's not a one-size-fit-all. And that's why I'm so glad that you all have so many people coming to the table, because each situation is different. And we just want to say to the young people that's out there that there is some place to go. If you can't go to your parents or you don't feel, we got a place where you can go, you can talk to someone. We've got people that can help you. You don't have to worry about a stigma and a title on yourself. So I just want to say that if there's someone out there that's hopeless right now, and know that as our county, we're working with you all to meet them where they are. So I just want to say thank you so much.
Thank you. We're going to come around.
Here we go.
Okay. We're going to do the BNC next. Yeah. All right. We're going to go out of order here with the deference of the board and move up by leave number 1. This is the VSC appointment. Glenn Welling Jr. Is being appointed by way of this by leave if it passes. We do have a speaker's card on this item. So, Bill Burwinkle is here. Bill, let's bring you forward. You've got the pleasure of the floor for 2 minutes. And this, again, is related to by leave 1. I don't think so.
Thank you, Madam
Welcome.
President. And Commissioner Dumas and Reese. It's been an honor to serve you and our community as Commissioner for the Veteran Service Commission of Hamilton County. At our first meeting, I was privileged to be nominated as Secretary of the Commission. Together with my fellow commissioners, we achieved meaningful progress, including updating the Commission's mission statement, forming a governance committee, establishing a sponsorship guidelines policy, adopting board meeting rules and commissioner expectations, and developing executive director goals and objectives, including succession planning. As this work was completed, it was determined that it is critical we communicate with all our Hamilton County veterans and that identifying them was an issue. As a result, meetings have been initiated to assist the Veterans Service Commission of Hamilton County in identifying more Hamilton County veterans. We met with Recorder Scott Crowley, Great Parks of Hamilton County, the Cincinnati Reds, the Museum Center, Metro, multiple corporate employer affinity groups, and many others. And together, they're going to help us identify our fellow veterans so we can tell them about the benefits they've earned. As you are aware, due to the ethical implications of dual public service caused by my service to both a commissioner of Great Parks of Hamilton County and as a commissioner for the Veterans Service Commission, I was required to resign from one of those entities. My unwavering commitment to Great Parks of Hamilton County, with over 10 years of service, compelled me to step down from the Veterans Service Commission, and I did it sadly. But change is good, as it resulted in Commissioner Dumas choosing Glenn Welling as our new representative. As its director, Glenn leads the Xavier Veteran and Military Family Center, providing wide-ranging support for Xavier's more than 300 military-affiliated students. In 2016, Glenn completed 37 years of military service, achieving the highest non-commissioned officer rank, a Master Chief Petty Officer, and was subsequently competitively selected to the Command Master Chief. As a Command Master Chief, he led more than 1,200 sailors in 4 separate aviation, training, and expeditionary warfare commands. Over a 25-year span, he logged more than 5,000 mishap-free hours, flying maritime patrol missions under a variety of challenging and diverse conditions worldwide. As a combat veteran, he deployed to Iraq in 28 and 29 in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom, where he led a battalion of 450 men and women at Camp Bucca and Camp Taji, Iraq. As commissioner, Glenn will bring an outstanding set of qualifications to help the Veterans Commission of Hamilton County to continue to move forward, serving over 47,000 of our fellow Hamilton County veteran brothers and sisters, ensuring they are taking advantage of the benefits they earn by leaving their families and loved ones to serve our country. Commissioner Dumas and fellow commissioners, I thank you for having the trust in me to serve as your representative on the Veterans Service Commission of Hamilton County, as they will work to fulfill their mission to provide services to all our veteran community. While I'm not resigning, my work for Hamilton County veterans is not done. It has just begun. I'm not leaving. I'm still there, and I'm going to support my fellow veterans. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Dumas, I'm going to pass this over to you.
Thank you, Bill, for all that you've done for the county, for the Veterans Commission, far beyond what I even expected for you to do. I didn't know you that well. I met you and got to get to know you better. And also, there were so many things that needed to happen and how quickly you were able to make those things happen. So fortunately, as you were saying, you'll still be involved, but in a different capacity. We had the opportunity as commissioners to choose one representative, and we could have chosen more, but we didn't want to dominate the commission, and so you were my first choice. So now I've met. I'll let they want to say. You want to say something, or?
Thank you for your service, Bill. By the way, it was 2 minutes, so I just want to let you know that
I can't help myself.
In classic form, I know but there was a lot to say. But thank you so much for what you do for this community broadly, with Adopt a Class, with the parks, with the VSC. We are very grateful for your service.
And I'm honored to serve. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Commissioner Reese.
All I can say is thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you right now. Thank you so much for everything. Appreciate
you. Yeah. Also, at this time, we have a replacement, Glenn Welling, if you'd like to come forward. I was able to meet Glenn and also to talk with him, and all of our commissioners have received his resume and application for this position, and in order to move forward in the direction that my office was moving forward in. I'm very comfortable in you replacing Bill for this position. So would you like to say something? I did tell him 2 minutes. I don't know.
There you go. Okay.
Thank you, and I'll stick to that.
Okay.
Madam President, Commissioner Reese, Commissioner Dumas, thank you so much. I'm honored and humbled to be here and for this opportunity, and thank you so much for having trust and confidence in me to be able to do this. I want to thank Mr. Burwinkle for his kind remarks. Since returning from Iraq in 2009, for the past 16 years, my civilian career has been focused on the care and support of our military, our veterans, and their families, whether it was at the Pentagon, at the USO as Vice President of Operations, and now, as Bill mentioned, as the Director of the Veteran and Military Family Center at Xavier University. And I look forward very much to continuing the great work that the Veterans Service Commission continues to do and contributing in a meaningful way to our thriving veteran community here in Hamilton County. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Did you guys want to say anything?
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your willingness.
Okay. Welcome. You're welcome to. Okay.
Thank you.
Let's help some veterans. Let's help some veterans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Before I do, I'll go on with the resolution, then I'd like for us to take a picture.
Okay.
So I'd like to move forward with by leave 1, which is a resolution appointing a member to the Hamilton County Veteran Service Commission, Glenn Welling Jr.
I'll second.
Commissioner Summer Dumas?
Yes.
Commissioner Dreehouse?
Yes.
Commissioner Reese?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And then, Bill, you can come out. Let's do one with, without, and one with.
All right, right here. 1, 2, 3. And then did you want to jump in? Literally. All right, 1, 2, 3. Got it.
Onward and upward, this Veterans Commission is powerful. They're doing great things, they're going to do great things. So, and that's what the board wanted, for sure.
All right.
And
Thank
we're
you all.
talking-
Thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. Okay. Do we have any other public comments? Anything online? Okay. Thank you very much. We're going to move to comments and motions of the commissioners. Commissioner Summer Dumas.
Thank you so much. Just a few things. I had a meeting with administration and some of our lawyers, just a conference, well, one conference call and then another meeting with in regards to our consent decree. That wasn't our consent decree, was with Holly Christman. But we're gonna have a consent decree when it comes to hopefully the Bengals agreement. So our consent decree was with Holly Christman, which is totally not the Bengals. The consent decree is it's the MSD. I'm not feeling well, but you can hold it against me if you want. But anyway, and also we had a budget meeting at Memorial Hall with department heads to talk about just being more strategic with your spending. And our budget looks good right now. We don't know in the future, going down the line, what it's going to look like. But we're doing well, and you continue to do well. And I mentioned during the meeting at Memorial Hall that the creative ideas that we have, write them down, think about them, and what you want to do, but try to maintain and sustain the ones that just returned this morning from our OKI executive meeting that deals with transportation, Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana. One thing I want to say, I brought it up maybe last year and I almost forgot about it. Eric can help me with this, but we just passed a program that was already in existence, but we they revised it, the intermodal agreement, where if you have people here that work here and maybe 6 people come from Western Hills, they have a van that they can provide whatever employee wants to drive these 6 people to work. If all of you don't want to drive, they have a grant that will supply the van and the gas and everything to get these 6 or 8 people to work. It's called carpooling, but the difference is they're going to provide the transportation for that to happen. So whatever agency you work at, you might want to think about doing that depending on how far away you are. And of course, we just completed Glenn Welling and his position. Let's see. Okay. I think that's it. I had a birthday. I'm going to bring that up. That was Tuesday. I'm a big baby. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I turned 70 years young. And so it's 7 decades. You think about it. And so you have to reflect back. You don't, but I do. What have you done in these 70 years? I feel very good about the things that I've done and also excited and anticipating what I'll have yet to do. So I thank everybody for their love notes and their birthday wishes and all the cars they bought me and everything like that. But I thank everybody.
That was my gift.
That was your gift. But anyway, so I thank you all very much. That's it.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Reese.
Yes, thank you. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you so much. You had one too. Yeah.
Yes, it's birthday week for county commissioners.
Taurus.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, a couple things. One is, and I know Commissioner President Driehaus, you'll probably talk more about this, but all three of us did attend Bridget Kelly Norwood Lateral. I love the sound of that, the renaming ceremony, and it's up on the highway. And so just the outpouring of people that came out and to show love across the aisles and all those things. So, and she got everybody. I had to change my wardrobe. I got to put my green on. We all had on green, all three of us there, but I know Commissioner President Driehaus will talk a little bit more about that. And it was just great to have the governor come down. But I do want to thank Senator Kathy Ingram and Senator Lou Blessing, as well as Governor DeWine, to get that through and to get that done. So I know you'll talk more about that. The other thing, I also got a chance to participate in the renaming ceremony of the Lincoln Heights Community Health Clinic. And in honor of its founder, this woman has been, you're talking about a visionary, you're talking about a developer, one who's committed to public health her whole life. And I hope I can live as long as she lives and still have, like she is, with her right mind and everything, and independent. Is named after Dolores J. Lindsay Campus, and we're just happy to be a part of that. And I know Commissioner Driehaus was there as well. So, but it was great, and I just want to thank her for all that she has done. She's gotten every award that possibly can have, but even with all the awards, it can't amount to how much she has done in changing healthcare and getting so many people connected and saving lives. So I just want to, so happy to have been a part of that as well out in Lincoln Heights. Couple announcements that I think is very important. One, this is National Travel and Tourism Week. Very important, dear to my heart as I come from the tourism industry, and understanding that tourism is economic development and it creates jobs, it brings money, but it's quick economic development. It can turn quickly. Sometimes when you have a project, it might take years before you start to see money come back, but a tourism, it can turn very fast. So I always want to make sure that it's acknowledged that tourism is economic development. Here at the county, one of our resources is hotel motel tax. So we want a lot of heads in the beds coming here. I appreciate, we always talk about regional, but I got to be honest, I need you staying in Hamilton County so that the money can come to us. And so also want to say in honor of National Tourism Week, encourage people to go down and visit our Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. We got an award rated as the top in the country for Black music museums and monuments. And in the same company, they named Motown Museum, they named Princess Paisley Park, and they named the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. So we're very excited, and we haven't been open that long. We currently have 229,000 folks who have come to visit, because we have a clicker. And our goal is to get to 250,000 by July 26th. So you'll hear me talk a lot about that when we have our induction ceremony. We want to be able to have announced 250,000 visitors. So please go down there. It's absolutely free, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. It's automated. It's a special light show at night at 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. Go dance, go learn, and go have a great time. So I wanted to say that, and stay in our hotels on this side of the river, okay? On this side. Also wanted to acknowledge Small Business Day will be on Monday. This will be our third annual. It starts at 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And the registration is absolutely free, but the registration ends at noon on tomorrow, Friday. So please, we got over 1,000 plus that have already registered, and they're going to do everything. Small businesses, we're having issues. What's the state of small business? How to brand yourself? How to market yourself? And we have something special called the Deal Room. I'm so excited about this part because I said we got to have this Deal Room, and we have how to do business with us, but also others who are looking to do contracts. So if you're looking to get a contract and they're looking to give a contract, you have a chance to go in this deal room and you can sell yourself for 10 minutes. Now, it's on you if you come out with the deal or not. But that has been great. But they'll have everything, access to capital, certifications, all those kind of things. We have a loan program. We don't get a lot of publicity for it, but it's called the 504 loan with the SBA. But our board, we go a step further. So if you get approved for this SBA loan with Alloy, we help pay almost 50% of your down payment. So we want more small businesses to own their buildings. So you'll be able to come talk to someone and learn about it. So please spread the word. If you know of any small businesses that are out there, my goal is for us to be #1 for small businesses. And I think we're moving in that direction. So that is on Monday, May 12th, and we'll be at the Cintas Center. And it's absolutely free. So I wanted to have that. Also, the next day is 513 Day. And so on 513 Day, our 513 Relief Bus, which is also nationally acclaimed, other counties, Mr. President Driehaus, you'll get a kick out of this. Franklin County's now trying to roll out their bus. We appreciate you. We have our good friends that served in the legislature with us. But, you know, you can't, I can't wait till we tell them that. We're always first, yeah. I know Commissioner Dumas likes to brag too, so we all three brag. But there'll be an annual report showing how $30,000 worth of services, money that we've saved taxpayers, that they don't have to pay co-pays, they can get on the bus. Parents who didn't have to pay for physicals, we got that on the bus. Cancer, a new cancer test that rolled out through UC Health and the partnerships that we have. We have public-private partnerships, so you'll find out about it. It's gonna be 513 Day, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Corinthian Baptist Church as we celebrate all of our partners. I think we've got 40 or 50 partners. And then where do we go from here? We are the DoorDash of Hamilton County without the fees. So we pull up to a neighborhood near you with services with JFS and our 513 team and all of our partners. So we're excited to reveal the great numbers. Also, as Public Service Week, I believe, Public Service Week, and I want to thank all the public service folks. We kind of get a bad rap a lot of times. They say, oh man, those government workers. Well, the government workers and the public service workers are the ones that keep things going. A lot of times you could be at the private sector making 2 times what you make here, but you're so committed. You want to keep it going. And so I'm tired of the bad rap on public service workers who also pay taxes. So you don't work tax-free. You also are a taxpayer of Hamilton County. You keep this place going. You keep this county going in every single way. I saw Kroger's had something. We do something for our employees, I think, coming up in September. The only thing I would recommend, because I'm always for public-private partnerships, maybe next year, find out when Kroger's is doing theirs and do ours, and maybe we could come together and, help us with the cost of it, and we can make it even bigger. So thank you to all the public service workers, and I want to thank all of our staffs who are also public service workers and our clerks and everything. I look at the clerk looking, I do. I'm working up here, and I can see her grinning. When I talked about it doesn't get the pay of the private sector, she went to grinning. So, but thank you all for all that you do and you sacrifice for us. Lastly, I just want to say that President Driehaus spoke at the beginning, and I think was very important. We share the sentiments. We believe in one Hamilton County, and we want this county to be a place where everyone can thrive and live, be safe, afford to raise their families. And we had some major tragedy here in Hamilton County, and we don't take it lightly. The loss of a life of a youth, like she said, we're fighting hard to save our youth and be able to not lose any life. We have all been very committed to that, and I still am committed. And then the loss of our retired deputy sheriff, So we lost the youth, Rodney Hinton. We lost a retired deputy sheriff, Larry Henderson, that had nothing to do with any of it. And our communities are hurting. We're hurting. I want to thank Sheriff McGuffey that kept us informed, and Cincinnati Police Chief Thigi. Now, this investigation, according to Sheriff McGuffey, is being led by the city of Cincinnati through Cincinnati Chief Thigi. And they're going to be doing the investigation. They're the lead on it. We're not a part of that. There's a court system that's across the street, and I think Judge Tyrone Yates and some others, and they will be dealing with it through the court system. In the meantime, we will be continuing to pray for the families, for those affected. You got the families, but you got supporters. You've got friends. You've got human beings that are all being affected by this when you have a loss, when you have something like this. And so I just wanted to say that I want to thank all the pastors. I think Bishop Hilton, I've seen him on TV, he was out on the streets praying. I was in church at Reverend Damon Lynch III. He had 200 young people he had brought in and talked to them directly and talked to them about what the goals are for this summer and saying the doors are open. So I want to thank all of those who've been out praying in the streets, on the ground, and trying to bring our city and the county together. We also got reports that there was an incident at a high school graduation. And it happened at UC, I believe. And now graduation time should be a time when everybody's celebrating our young people. They made it. They achieved it. So we need a lot of prayer. We can legislate things, but some things is beyond our control. But I wanted to join in my colleagues. I know Commissioner Dumas and President Driehaus, and I want to join with them in calling for prayer, calling for understanding, and calling for healing. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I too wanted to recognize that it's Public Employee Appreciation Week. The tragedy reminds us about the duty that people serve here in the county, particularly the deputies, the 911 operators, the JFS workers. I mean, these folks have potentially dangerous jobs, and they are doing it because they are committed to public service. And so we are grateful for that service, in addition to the service of everyone else that makes things work here at the county, whether they're at the courthouse or over in the county administration building, or the public defender, or the prosecutor. You know, we've got so many employees that work for the county that make sure that justice is served, and we've got a healthy, thriving community to live in. So I too want to thank everyone for public service. It's not always the best paid job, but it can be the most rewarding job. And so I think that's oftentimes why people do it. On that note, I was over at the courthouse. Judge Cross invited me over to say a few words to the courthouse employees for Appreciation Week, and I was delighted to do that. And I thank Judge Cross for the work that she's done to try to pull folks together over in the courthouse. And speaking of public service, Bridget Kelly's naming was phenomenal for the Bridget Kelly Norwood Lateral. Bridget was from Norwood. She took a lot of pride in being from Norwood, and so there's no better honor for her than to name the lateral for her. She was the epitome of public service, whether it was at the State House or down here at the county as the county auditor. She was a genuine, dedicated, tough person. Who stood up for what she believed in. and we all respected her for that and truly loved her. So thank you for mentioning that. I was really excited to be part of that program. I too attended the Healthcare Connection renaming for Doris Lindsay. She's an icon in Lincoln Heights and elsewhere, and was really happy to celebrate with the community. The budget forum I thought went really well. We'll be doing one more before the budget is released by the administrator, but it's a good opportunity for all the departments, all the elected officials' offices to get together and level set on what we've got in front of us by way of a budget this year. Revenues are flat. I think that was the takeaway. It was a short presentation. I think that was the takeaway for the presentation. It's going to be a challenging budget this year. We will make it through as we always do, but want to continue to do the fine work of the county with limited resources. It is what it is. And we've got some other pressures coming down from the federal government, so we'll be keeping track of all that in the meantime. I also had the opportunity to speak at the CMHA dinner last night. They're a community partner for us, particularly by way of housing. And so, offered our congratulations to the work that they do. And then lastly, I've been talking about these meetings regarding stadium funding. And so there was a meeting with Senator Wilson on the Senate side, obviously, to talk to him about his ideas about stadium funding. So the conversations continue. We will have an executive session later on to talk more about this, but I wanted to say that for the public good. Also, just want to mention that the visitation for Larry Henderson, the deputy that was killed, is this afternoon. And then the funeral is tomorrow. The visitation's at Spring Grove, and the funeral tomorrow is at Cintas. I know they are both open to the public. You can find that information online on the county's website. So did want to bring that to people's attention in case anybody would like to pay their respects. That's all I have. Jeff, I'm going to move it over to you.
Thank you, Commissioners. Just a note to echo all three of your comments about Public Service Recognition Week. I won't belabor the point other than just to thank all Hamilton County employees for everything that they do day in and day out, and just throw a particular shout out to the employees in Human Resources who all during the week have coordinated the different activities and things to recognize Hamilton County employees. So just want to thank them for all of their hard work. I know it is a lot of work, and it takes time to get all that stuff programmed and done correctly. And it's a really nice touch to county employees and the week that they experience. So just want to thank them for that. Commissioners, I do have really only one by leave. There's three on your list. I believe that I'm only going to hit item number 2. I think number 3. Item number 3. I don't know if we already had accepted that for the record. If we didn't, we can do that separately. By leave number 2, Commissioners. This is a capital item down at Paycor Stadium. So in the 2025 budget for stadium and parking, we budgeted funding for the refurbishment of all of the escalators in Paycor Stadium. The goal was to get this done in advance of the season, in advance of events in the stadium this summer. The agreement authorizes $1.45 million for a contract with Kone under a cooperative purchasing agreement authorized by the Ohio Revised Code. This will refurbish all 7 escalators in the stadium in advance of major events to occur in the stadium this summer. This is not an advancement of projects or procurement related to the MOU that we had discussed earlier this month by the board. This is traditional capital improvement that is authorized under the 2025 budget, specifically I believe the board had talked about, as we talked about the MOU, talked about making sure all of the escalators in that facility are in safe operating order when we get into the events of this summer, and certainly for as we get into next season. So my understanding is that the prioritization will be on the southeast, northwest escalators, with others to follow based upon an analysis of their use and wear and tear, et cetera. So with that, Commissioners, happy to answer any questions, but I recommend approval.
Any questions, Commissioner Summer Dumas?
No questions.
Commissioner Reese?
Yes, I have a question. Clarification, is this the escalator that will take you up to the 300 section?
This is all of the escalators in the stadium, Commissioner. This is a refurbishment of all of them.
Yeah, those are the ones I got the most complaints about.
Sure, sure.
Okay, and then the second thing is, last time we had voted on something to do a remodel, which was, great, but then we found out that the remodel interfered with the Cincinnati Music Festival, which is our largest yearly economic impact. And went in there, and there was a big deal about TVs, and then we had to come back, and all the TVs were gone, and we had to come back. I text you, and then you had to go down there. Will this be done? We don't want escalators not working. A lot of times when these conventions and events come to town, then they say, "Oh, the escalators aren't working," but we'll have it in time for the first season game. Will this be done before the Cincinnati Music Festival?
Yeah, Commissioner, that's why we're advancing it by leave today, so that we get it done by the Cincinnati Music Festival. It's kind of that first kickoff event for the summer in advance of the season. Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify, because I voted last time. And they said, we're doing it now so it can be ready, and it wasn't ready. So I will support it, but I want to be on the record that I don't want to see any signs saying "Use the dust" when the music festival comes. Thank you.
I'm going to move that we approve of by leave number 2.
Second.
Commissioner Dreehouse.
Yes.
Commissioner Summer Dumas.
Yes.
Commissioner Reese.
Yes.
Thank you. And we will capture by leave 3 later on. All right, so let's move to our regular agenda. We've got some guests here related to our agenda items, 1 through 6. So I don't know if Megan or Abby is going to come forward. So Megan Guthrie is here. Abby Fritsch is going to do the presentation.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. This is week 2 of the One Ohio local contract. So we have 5 grantees that would be approved today. I did also want to acknowledge, I didn't get the chance to share this last week, but our review committee, just to give them a shout out, we had 2 county employees, 2 City of Cincinnati employees, the University of Cincinnati as the evaluator, and then a representative from HCARC, as well as 1 person with lived experience from opioid use disorder. So that I just wanted to say thank you to our review committee in that process. But
can I interject real quick? So
Absolutely.
The reason the City of Cincinnati is part of that review committee is because this is joint funding.
Correct.
Between the county and the city.
And that is that's resolution number 6 today. Yeah. But the first agency that we will bring up is the YMCA of Greater Cincinnati. We have Claire, Christian, Destiny, and Rachel here. And this is a prevention project for $300,000, anticipated to serve 848 youth and 120 parents using prevention curriculum.
Thank you. Welcome.
Good afternoon. The YMCA has a legacy of over 175 years of promoting youth development, social responsibility, and healthy living. Our mission is to put Christian principles into practice through programs that build a healthy spirit, mind, and body for all. And so we can't think of a better project than this new one that we are excited to embark on. We're calling it our Healthy Futures Project. And the Healthy Futures program will embed new drug addiction prevention curriculum into existing YMCA youth development programs and community services programming. We'll be implementing engaging, age-appropriate experiences informed by evidence-based curriculum in order to continue to strengthen our communities, families, and build resilience and grit in our school-age youth.
Hello. And with this program, our goal is to serve 900 plus young people, 150 plus caregivers and families. This program will be implemented across 30 sites through our before and after school programs, our Parent Champions Network, which consists of 3,000 plus families across Hamilton County, our teen programs, and 7 CPS partner school locations.
This programming will include small group lessons, assemblies, cohorts, and parent sessions, and will cover topics such as self-esteem, decision-making, communication, and stress management, with the hope that we can increase knowledge and awareness of substance misuse risk and prevention strategies in our youth and families.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you for the work that you do, especially in this space. It's really important that we've got community partners like you willing to do the work so that we can invest in something really important. Commissioner Summer Dumas.
Great. I just wish we had more money, but this is a good amount to start. Your goals are very lofty, and I appreciate that. And I just want to thank all of you for what you do. Thank you.
Commissioner Reese.
Yes, I just wanted to say thank you and listening to how these dollars will also be leveraged. So I like the fact that you're leveraging these dollars and be able to help as many people as possible. So thank you, and thank you for all the work that you already are doing and being able to connect this to leverage those things to expand the help. So thank you.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
You said Healthy Futures? Yes. So is that, do you already have the Healthy Futures, or are you just going to name it after this 300,000?
Correct.
This is a separate
This is a separate.
Okay.
And Destiny here,
Okay.
and she's our Healthy Futures coordinator.
Okay.
She was currently on staff, and we were able to reallocate her into this new role.
That's awesome. Yeah. Great.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to pass these all together, so let's keep moving. Yeah. We'll go to item number 2.
The next resolution will be for the Addiction Services Council, which is a recovery supports grant for $400,000, serving approximately 200 people. And we have Lisa Mertz here, as well as 2 sub-awardees with One City for Recovery and On the Front Lines Community Alliance, and they will talk about this very collaborative project.
Thank you. Welcome.
Good afternoon, commissioners. Thanks for this opportunity. We're always excited to provide services to Hamilton County residents. The council's been here for 75 years last year. So we are starting what we're calling the Recovery Justice Collaborative. It's a countywide initiative designed to improve outcomes for justice-involved individuals with substance use disorders. It's a collaborative effort between the Adult Social Services Division of the Hamilton County Public Defender's Office, the Hope Line, and the On the Front Lines Community Alliance. So we've really tailored this to be able to take referrals from the Public Defender's Office that require more in-depth peer support and case management. I've always been a supporter of the types of case management that people don't receive, meaning actual individualized boots on the ground. We're going to make your medical appointment for you. I've seen too much of that. People come down to the Christchurch dinner and tell me they're going to go back to jail because they don't know how to get their mental health meds filled, and they want them. So really hand holding, and but not to the point of enabling, helping them become independent, getting them to that first appointment. There's some funding in here also to provide those things that we struggle with when someone's released from jail, like food for their recovery housing, a 30-day bus pass instead of a one-time bus pass, and really that support. The Hope Lines Peer Recovery Supporter will provide that actual peer support for recovery, meaning what's recovery look like to you? How can we help you get there? What treatment and recovery services do you need? And the On the Front Lines Community Alliance is so important because we're starting to see caregiver role strain in our peer recovery supporters. It even happens to me. They need somewhere to go to talk about the work that they're doing and to get that off their chest. And they also need additional training, cultural competency training, implicit bias training. So we're going to do those quarterly as well for members of our staff and the community peer supporters at large. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, especially, I think it's especially important that you're using peer support because we know that works and we know that resonates with people that are in a similar situation. So I think it's a really important component of what you're doing. So thanks for that.
It's my
Mr. Summer Dumas.
Thank you so much for what all that you do. It sounds like primarily it's adults. What's the youngest age you'll be dealing with this?
The Adult Social Services Division is 18 plus.
18.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Thanks.
Thank you. Commissioner Reese.
I just want to thank you. I like what you said to the boots on the ground because it's hard. It's the grunt work. And so I just want to thank you all for doing it. We know it's not easy and we really appreciate it.
We are so excited. So it'll go well with our new alcohol detox. So
that's right.
All going to go together.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
That's
Thanks,
awesome.
Appreciate it. All right. Item number 3 is Easter seals.
All right. Easter Seals is a recovery supports grant for $321,000. They anticipate to serve around 85 veterans, and the funding will support a peer support position for wraparound services. And we have Eric Thomas here.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to be in front of you again, this time representing Easter Seals Redwood on this mission that we have in this venture. This grant supports our veteran support program and overall our workforce development program that we have for our veterans at Easter Seals Redwood. Previously, we had funding for a peer recovery employment program called PREP, where we did serve veterans in addition to other members of the community that were receiving services and assistance in recovery. This time around, we want to highlight and focus on our veteran population with our services, given what we've noticed and the challenges that they have had to overcome. So we want to really direct our services again towards that population intentionally. We are, as was mentioned, our goal is to serve 85 veterans, with 55 of them resulting in permanent and stable employment along their journey towards recovery.
Thank you very much, and thank you for what you do. Can you help us better understand what are some of the unique challenges for veterans?
Absolutely, and actually I have Dave Corlett, who's here, who will be the director of our new director of the Military and Veteran Services at Easter Seals Redwood, who definitely can speak very more candidly on that topic.
Thank you.
Commissioners, I'm not sure if any of you remember me or not, but we've all met several times in the past. I'm retired Cincinnati Police Sergeant Dave Corlett, created and ran the military programs for Cincinnati Police Department for about 15 years. Retired from the police department a couple years ago, and now I've been brought back into the workforce, military program director for Easter Seals. One of the things I ran into consistently when I was with the police department was veterans struggling from addiction based on military experience. They would be wounded in Iraq, Afghanistan, wherever, come back, put on painkillers with the VA. The VA suddenly decided they no longer needed the painkillers, and they were left out searching for heroin. I have the unique experience of knowing how to find them, how to connect with them, and how to get them into treatment. My previous connections with the VA and some of the other 501c3s have given me the ability to get these veterans directly into treatment. I'm able to skip some of the bureaucracy of getting them beds or getting them into treatment. And once we get them there, with Easter Seals help in the program that already exists that I'm coming into, they have a system set up for employment. And those are the things that lead to the reoccurrences of addiction. Once I get you off the narcotics, or once I get you the mental health treatment you need, if we don't have something prepared for you in that pipeline, you tend to fall back into that rut. And this program, the way it's set up, the plan that's in place, will keep that from happening. So
Great, thank you. Thanks for the explanation.
thank you.
Commissioner Summer Dumas.
Councilwoman?
Used to be.
Thank you so much for all that you're doing and all you're going to do. And I was looking at the numbers. Kind of goes back to President Driehaus's question, but 85 veterans, that's a lot of veterans, because as you spoke,
I saw those numbers, and I think they're low.
Okay.
I think
I think it's high. Want to go back? No, but the reason why it kind of goes into what you were saying is their challenges are so different, so diverse. Just even dealing with the mental health issue, then try to get employment. And I was correlating it to item 1, where 300,000 for 824 youth. That's a total different landscape, because as was said earlier, the challenges are so unique, and even really you want to help them, and sometimes veterans don't even want help. They're secluded or whatever. So I'm glad you think it's low. So maybe you'll get 100 veterans for that same amount of money.
With no challenge. Won't be a challenge.
That'll be great. But thank you for, when you say veterans, it's just, and I just am very naive to think about, I just wonder, I'm just sitting here reflecting, our board, and that would all of this be going on? Maybe it would be going on if we didn't have the board that we have, but just so proud of the direction that this board has taken, and the perspective that we're looking at, and the things that we're doing. And I just sat here and I was touched by it.
Well, you've put a great team into place because
Mm-hmm.
I've worked with Glenn Welling for years,
Uh-huh.
and I've worked with Orlando and the VSC for years. So they're a partner of mine already.
Yeah.
Excited to work with them again.
Right. So I was just talking in general, the effort that we've taken in all different areas to help people, be it homeless or whatever it is. And I'm just really proud of our team. So,
And a
okay.
particular shout out to Megan and Abby.
Oh, absolutely.
Who have coordinated all of the
How
above.
could I forget them?
Thank you.
So,
Thank
yeah.
you, Commissioner. I think
Okay.
well said.
Mhm.
Commissioner Reese.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, and I think it's very important because we try not to do things in silos. We've got to put it in a totality, even though we might have a different pot of money here and a different pot of money there. You know, as was stated, you know, this board, we voted for the largest amount for veterans in the 234-year history of Hamilton County this year. And now we have some board members that we've also helped appoint so that we have at least a relationship with VSC, not just the money. We have a Veterans Appreciation event, and I'm hoping that you all would be partners with us.
Oh, I'm sure.
We had it last year, and it's called Veterans Appreciation Day, and it'll be our second annual. We're going to be at Sawyer Point this year, but last year we were at the Great American Ballpark, and we just saw like 3,000 veterans that came, that some are in the system where they have been connected, but then there's a lot of families that just didn't know what's available. And then going to Easter Seals for your opening of the one-of-a-kind center that we have through Easter Seals that nobody else has in the whole state of Ohio. And my understanding, there's some housing projects they announced there that they're trying to get some land, and you're going to be doing something with some housing as well. So, and that's located in the Walnut Hills area. And then to come back after we have given VSC money, now we're coming on the addiction side through our partnership, and you know, talk about 321,000. Certainly, you know, these folks have served our country. They've kept us safe, kept America safe, and we want to give back. But I just think we need, Mr. Ludo, a overview on our website, even though it might take them to Easter Seals or it might take them to the VSC. But we should have something with veterans in Hamilton County, because we are one Hamilton County, and it can show all the different things. So if somebody goes to just one place, we have a portal, 513 Relief, but if you go to one place, you can see what all that we have in Hamilton County, and we make it easy, accessible for you. And so that's what I would like to ask. In addition to this, of course, we support this, but I would just want to acknowledge the work of Easter Seals, because you guys are doing, you go, I mean, that wing that's open over there used to be the skating place, where it was called Royals and Roller World, so I used to skate over there. We still believe the original skating floor is up under there, but what better use to have than to help our veterans and provide them jobs. And so glad that you're on board, glad both of you are on board, but I'd like to see more of the holistic partnership, maybe through our website and your website and VSC website, so that we're not fragmented, but we're one Hamilton County. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being
Thanks for your support.
here. All right, we're going to move on to item number 4, which is the Glad House resolution.
Glad House's grant funding is a $200,000 agreement for prevention programming. They anticipate to serve 95 kids. It's funding a staff person and the program supplies for their CHAMPS program, and I believe Cody Moran is here to speak on the details.
Welcome.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Glad House is a youth mental health organization. We have 15 clinical staff that provide drug prevention, education, and youth mental health counseling. So our staff provide one-on-one counseling, group therapy, and cultural enrichment activities to about 50 kids a week, serving 150 families in Hamilton County. Surveys show that the first age of drug use is around 14 years old. So we intervene early and intensively from ages 5 through 12 to prevent that from happening. So we've been in operation for 26 years, like you said in your opening remarks, helping children live up to their potential. So happy to take any questions, and we appreciate the funding.
Thank you. Thank you for detailing the program. It sounds phenomenal. Commissioner Summer Dumas.
Thank you for all you do. You've been doing it for quite a long time. Thank you.
Commissioner Reese.
Yeah, I just had a question. I mean, you're doing a great job, but how are we, kind of reaching? I know it's so different now. People, they got social media. I had a parent that hit me and said that, the school said they found some fentanyl in the bag, and they couldn't believe it. I mean, they've never dealt with anything like this. Do you have something for the parents as well as training? Parents just seem like they're just out here, don't know what to do.
Absolutely. So the children that we work with, their parents are going through the addiction recovery process.
Right.
So we work with social workers, CPS, and a variety of foster parent networks in the community to provide resources to the parents, families, children, grandparents especially. We very much rely on them for their support to kind of build a backbone of mental health for our youth population.
Awesome. Yeah, I just wanted to see if there was some training. I know we have parents who may be on the drug and trying to get off, and grandparents are stepping up, don't know what to do, so that's great. But then there's parents who never did any of this and are not doing it, and they're like, I send my kid to school. It could be middle class. It's not just, it has nothing to do with income. And I don't know what to do because I've never experienced it. So I'm glad you're doing something to help with the parents that just feel like they lost out here.
It's a holistic approach, like you said.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's move on to item number 5.
The last is for the local grantees is the University of Cincinnati, their early intervention program. It's a $296,000 grant, and they will be servicing approximately, 890 individuals that they'll screen in the emergency room and hoping to connect 464 people to treatment services. And their Kelly Gerald is here to speak on other details of the project.
Welcome.
Good afternoon. I am with the University of Cincinnati Early Intervention Program, or the EIP as we call it. The EIP has been fully integrated into the emergency department at University of Cincinnati Medical Center since 1999. It is and always has been fully grant funded. The advantage of the EIP is it exists at the intersection of the healthcare system, public health, and the community. Our staff is trained to interact with vulnerable populations in a way that's culturally competent, trauma-informed, and stigma-free. This project proposes to enhance our ED expert program, which previously at what we consider full staff was able to interact with over 500 patients a month and perform comprehensive screening on over 200 patients. In November of 24, because we are fully grant funded, we had to make staff cuts, essentially in half. And so this funding would allow our ED program to return to what we consider full staffing and hopefully interact with those patients that we've been missing while we're at half staff. Additionally, we'd like to expand our community footprint. We currently have a variety of community partner agencies, and for the purposes of this project would expand or essentially return to some partners that we previously have worked with and then expand to new partners that interact with high priority populations such as victims of human trafficking and persons experiencing homelessness. And our one pager on the kind of back at the bottom addresses the abatement strategies that we would for questions.
Thank you. Did you lost funding from?
So most of our grants are, periodic for a period of months to years, and so because of that, it is always a kind of hodgepodge of funding sources. And so when one ends, we do our best to replace it. We're always actively applying for grant funding. But unfortunately, in November 24, just with kind of grant opportunities being less and grants that we had ended, we had a gap that required us to decrease.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's a nexus between this and some of the reduction of funding or from the federal government, and I didn't know if there was an intersection here or not.
So what we have seen is just over the past year, there are fewer opportunities, and opportunities that have existed for a long time are either paused or no longer continuing. So,
okay, all right, thank you for that information, Commissioner Summer Dumas.
Thank you for your work. Appreciate it.
Commissioner Reese.
Yes, thank you. And I haven't apologize. I haven't had a chance to go through your whole one pager that we just got.
That's okay.
But I just want to go back. It's 296,000. It says local treatment gap, and then you mentioned that some folks have lost their jobs and they would be brought back on. So what percentage would go to hiring the people versus the treatment gap? Do you have that by chance?
So it's in our full budget, which I don't have, but the vast majority of the funding goes to staff. So we have a in-kind support for most of the harm reduction materials that we use, or other grant funding sources that pays for things like wound care kits and HIV testing and things like that. And so the vast majority of this is to kind of human capital workforce that we use in our ED and community.
Thank you.
So in terms of the terminology for gap funding, it was in reference to their November grant of last year ending, and this is gap funding to fill in, to bring them back to full capacity. And the healthcare workers that will be employed, it's 2 healthcare workers and then a research associate through the University of Cincinnati. So the majority of the budget is personnel with some smaller supplies like that.
All right,
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Because after all, you can't provide treatment if you don't have the staff to do it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Last one is related to the city of Cincinnati.
Yes, so this is for the authorization of the intergovernmental agreement with the City of Cincinnati. And so as we shared last week, this is a joint local process. The City of Cincinnati will be giving us $1.9 million to help implement the programming. So Dr. Mussman did have to leave, but if there's any questions, I can answer those. And this is a one-time payment for this local round, but there are already talks of continued partnership.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, because these are rounds that will continue on for quite a few years. So really grateful for the partnership with the city of Cincinnati. I have no questions about receiving money from the city of Cincinnati. So Commissioner Summer Dumas.
Ditto.
Commissioner Reese.
Yes, thank you. I just want to get some clarity. I support all of these, but will there be some kind of measurement? I know a lot of them are going toward in personnel. But again, I want to make sure that we're seeing reduction or something of that nature. So just so people watching, there is an ROI. We're not just
absolutely
more people.
So we have a contract with the University of Cincinnati and the Criminal Justice Department as the evaluators on the project. And we have established metrics that were required for each abatement strategy as well as project specific. So then we are able to kind of compare recovery supports to recovery supports and really have the full picture on all of the projects in total.
Thank you. I just wanted people that might be watching up. So each time I'm going to ask you about that so you can repeat that and people know that we are measuring.
Absolutely.
Thank you. All right. I'm going to make a motion to approve of items 1 through 6.
Second.
Commissioner Dreehouse?
Yes.
Commissioner Summer Dumas?
Yes.
Commissioner Reese?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Megan and Abby. Next is the county engineer who has been waiting patiently in the back. Eric Beck.
I don't know how patient he was. So.
I was very patient. Thank you.
Between you and the engineer.
First, I'd like to thank the voters of Hamilton County for passing issue 2 this week. The State Capital Improvement Program is a very valuable source of funding for the engineer's office, and it is now renewed for another 10 years. So I'd like to thank the voters for that. Item number 7 is a resolution authorizing a consulting agreement for engineering services with AECom, for the County Engineers Association of Ohio Bridge Load Rating Program for fiscal year 25 for various bridges in Hamilton County. The agreement amount is for $44,442, and we did receive a federal grant for $20,714 of this, and it has been confirmed that we will be getting that money. The remaining will come out of permissive auto funds in the amount of $23,727. This has a tight schedule with the completion date of September of this year to meet federal requirements.
Thank you, Engineer Beck. I have no questions, Commissioner.
No questions.
No?
No question.
All right, I'm going to move that we approve of item number 7.
Second.
Commissioner Dreehouse?
Yes.
Commissioner Summer Dumas?
Yes.
Commissioner Reese?
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's move on to MSD. Oh, there we go. I didn't see you. You must have been tucked away. We've got a number of items from MSD here.
Yes. Good afternoon. Lauren DeGarizio for MSD. I have Matt Spaderi with me also today. Item 8, is a resolution to authorize an amendment to Hamilton County's 2013 agreement with Claremont County that coordinates and designates sewer service responsibilities along the county line. This amendment will redesignate a property on Mount Carmel Road in Anderson Township to a different service area to allow a small residential property to connect to an MSD sewer that flows to Claremont County for treatment. Both MSD and Claremont County Water Resources Department have determined there is sufficient capacity for conveyance and treatment, so both are amenable to this amendment. It has already been approved and signed by Claremont County's Board of County Commissioners. Items 9 through 13 are legislation to approve and fund construction of 5 sewer laterals on Johnson Road in Green Township. These 5 properties are currently served by household sewage treatment systems, but there is an MSD sewer available to them, so construction of these laterals will allow the homeowners to more easily connect to the public sewer and abandon their on-site systems. The estimated construction cost is a total of $207,700 for all 5 projects, but these funds will be reallocated from the HSTS elimination allowance that was approved with the 2025 CIP. So no appropriation of additional funds is needed today for these projects. These are assessment projects, so each owner will be assessed up to $12,000 after construction is complete. They can pay up front or through their property taxes over 20 years. And the project is supported by all 5 benefited properties, so no public hearings are required. Take any questions.
We hardly ever see 100% approval of any sewer project, so very good on this one. I know there were only 5, but still. Thank you for this. I have no questions. Commissioner Summer, do you have any questions?
No questions.
All right, I'm going to move that we approve of regular agenda items 8 through 13.
Second.
Commissioner Dreehouse?
Yes.
Commissioner Summer Dumas?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, let's move into the consent agenda. Jeff, I'm going to turn it to you.
Thank you, Commissioners. Let's see, consent agenda, item 14 is a resolution authorizing an amendment with respect to our community-based correctional facility. This allows for the receipt of approximately $1.1 million in state capital funds for the benefit of the River City Correctional Facility. Item 15 is accepting a purchase order of $119,913. This is tuition for 18 students at the Police Academy at Great Oaks Academy. We have several JFS items in total of approximately $713,000. Item 16 is renewal number 2 to an agreement between Hamilton County and Propio Language Services for telephone interpretation services, $136,879. Item 17 is a resolution authorizing Amendment 1 and Renewal 2 of the original agreement with Language Arts LLC for telephone interpretation services, $136,879. Item 18 is a resolution authorizing Renewal 2 of a single source agreement between the Hearn House and the county for independent living services, $140,000. Item 19 is a resolution authorizing Renewal 1 of an agreement between Hamilton County and Justice Works Ohio for family preservation services, $200,000. Item 20 is a resolution authorizing an amendment to an MOU between the county and the Sheriff's Office for Building and Patrol Security Services, $100,486. Item 21 is a resolution authorizing an agreement with Daniel Ekstrom Robinson and D. Rickett Painting and Remodeling for $23,290. This relates to facade improvement work on a building in Addiston, Ohio, through our community development program. Items 22 and 23 are related. Item 22 relates to the rescinding of an April 3rd agreement for the construction of 4 single-family homes in Lincoln Heights. Due to the award, the name of the awardee was incorrectly identified in the resolution. So item number 22 rescinds that resolution. Item 23 puts it back in place with the appropriate awardee for $300,000. And I would also throw into the consent agenda, Commissioners, by leave item number 3, a communication received from Thomas Conlon Jr. To accept for the record.
Very good. Thank you. Commissioner Summer Dumas, any comments or questions?
No questions or comments.
Commissioner Reese?
No questions.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to move that we approve and accept for the record consent agenda items 14 through 23, in addition to by leave 3.
Second.
Commissioner Dreehouse?
Yes.
Commissioner Summer Dumas?
Yes.
Commissioner Reese?
Yes.
Thank you. And lastly, we've got an executive session, so I'm going to move that we go into executive session pursuant to RC Section 121.22G2 to discuss the sale or acquisition of property.
Second.
Commissioner Dreehouse?
Yes.
Commissioner Summer Dumas?
Yes.
Commissioner Reese?
Yes.
Thank you.